Hi guys, how's it going? So it's Tuesday, I'm back live streaming again. Today I'm going to be looking at some of the new features in 10.5 Logic, including the drum synth and sequencer, just having a little mess around with those. I'm doing a video series for Groove 3 who I do tutorial stuff with on the new features of Logic, so I thought I'd just have a little mess about on the live stream as well. So I'm going to do that first of all, and then I'm going to have a look at the live bass for Love Is the Answer, and that will probably be my live stream for today because I've got huge amounts of other work, including some mix downs to do as well. So I'll probably do an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and see how we get on. So I started a track a while back, and I never finished it, and I thought I'd just bounce out some of the loops and just have a mess about with some of those new Logic features using this as a basic template. So I've got a piano and a bass loop here, which I'm going to bring in. Let's have a little blast. Okay, so that's what we've got. So in this new update of Logic, we've got this sequencer, this kind of analog synth style kind of sequencer, which is pretty cool. So I've got a drum synth loaded up here. Let me just delete this channel because I don't know what I'm doing with that. So I'll just make a new software instrument track. Now, if I come over to the presets, go electronic drum kit, if I load one of these, this will make a sequence for me as well. So let's choose, wonder what modern disco is like. I haven't tried that one. So it's not going to load anything by default. So I can either play this, or I can right click and create a pattern region, which is going to open up the sequencer. So let's just put in a 4/4 kick and let's just loop this. Let's try the clap. Okay. So to start with, yeah, I didn't like that kick drum. Let's try this one. Okay, so once these are loaded up, if we click on this disclosure triangle, we can basically mix and actually load in different plugins to control every sound. So this is this new sampler we've got. Okay, so I'm going to try layering this kick drum. So I'm just going to work with this basic pattern, and let's replace this kick drum with something different. So actually what I can do, once this is loaded, you'll see this comes up on the left with all the kick drums that are shipping, all these new kick drums essentially. So what I can actually do, let's try this. Let's go to the drum synth, do it in mono, and now I can use this drum synth to create a new kick drum sound. Let's just hone in on this. So we've got some presets from here. Let's try this heavy kick, but obviously it's way too long. Let's take key tracking off. So we can make it kind of have a different shape. So it's going to have a bit more mid-range to it, maybe. Tone's going to distort it, as is saturation. Okay, so I'm going to try this kind of layering with the other kick drum. Okay, so let's try just EQing quite a lot out of this one. I'm doing this on the wrong kick, of course. Okay, so it really doesn't need all this. So let's try taking out the lows from this disco kick. Let's load both of these up. I kind of wanted a bit more mid-range. Okay, let's try it with the bass. So it feels a bit like a kind of, there's not enough mid-range with the kick. Let's try replacing this disco to kick. Something nice with that one actually. Let's try pitching this down. And what we can also do is use the envelope just to fine tune. Okay, so let's have a look at the phase of these kicks. So we can't actually look at that with the drum synth. Let's try using an oscilloscope and see what it's telling us. On the wrong channel. No. There we go. So we can see that the kick kind of goes is positive first. Let's have a look at our sample here. Now we could try chopping the sample in different ways, but we have EQ'd it as well. Yeah, I think that's kind of working okay. Okay, so where's that clap? Okay, let's go back to our main sequence. Let's put some hats in Let's try this. Okay, so if I put these hats in, nothing plays because they're not solo. What we can do is this, right? So if I go back to sequence, I can try this. So if I go to here, I can put this onto chance. I can now determine what the chance of these different hits actually playing are. So we've got a kind of a constantly evolving part essentially now. So for the whole pattern, let's change the swing. So get a bit of swing going on. Okay, is there another hat here? Okay, need to take it off chance, go back to step on and off. Right, let's take everything off solo. So I feel like we need another layer to this kind of snare clap. Okay, so back to the sequence. Let's go here and let's go to velocity. Let's change the velocity values of some of these. Okay, so if I take this off, am I missing a hat here? No. So for some reason, what have I done here? Have I changed? I seem to be losing a hat for some reason. Yes, because I had inadvertently changed the chart setting for that one. Okay, let's actually see what else we've got in here. Now we can add a row, I believe. We can add a kit piece. Conga, let's try that. Where'd it go? Let's add a new one in. Clave. The cool thing about this is you can see where you've got space in the beat. Let's change velocity. just add a little side chain in here. Now I've got a big kind of bugbear with this feature, is that as far as I know, currently there's no way of just live changing the sounds. Now, there's a new update 10.5.1 that said that you could do in-play audio previews, which I thought it's basically like the Ultra Beat feature where you can load audio sample while the loop's playing and it'll add something in, but it doesn't seem to do that for some reason here, which is really, really annoying. So what we can do though is drag sounds in. So let me go to my library of sounds that I've got, and let's try, because like, I don't know, I've accumulated a library of sounds that I like. So why would I kind of use the Logic stock sounds? Although, you know, it doesn't sound bad, but as I said, I have kind of accumulated ones that I really like. So what have we got here? Percussion. This one I quite like. So I think, can I do this? No, maybe not. So maybe it needs to be from here. I can drag and drop it into here. I don't know what I've done there. I seem to have them both playing for some reason. Okay, I think I've replaced the hi-hats. Let me just undo that. Let's actually replace the hi-hat as well while we're here. So we'll go to my library here. Let's find a nice hat. Don't want an open one really. Let's try that. Just sounds quite weird now for some reason. I'm just going to take some of these out. So it seems like actually to select why isn't it working? To select the sound, you have to actually click on it from here. Where's the clave here? Okay, so let's replace that clave. So as you can see, I'm still getting to grips with this this workflow. Drum hits, perk, wood block. Fan of that open hi-hat, if truth be told. So this is what I need. I kind of need this to be able to be live replacement, so I can hear it in the loop. let's open up, get some loops in from Ableton. But what I'm also going to do is click on my Apple loops and come to my untagged loop. So if you drag sounds onto Logic into this untagged loops area, you can use Ableton. Sorry, you can use Logic kind of like Ableton in a way, which is really, really powerful. So you can start to play. Actually, don't jog in. You can start to play loops in time. Try this. Try this kick layered over the top. So I'm going to use my LFO tool. I'm just going to chop out. Let's try doing it like that. No, so I need to make that like this. Gives a bit of dirt on the top of that kick. Make this a bit shorter. It's obviously very dry at the moment. Right, so let me just get my character beats up. Why I can't open? Oops, wrong DAW. That's weird. I think maybe I've moved the project and that's why Ableton's getting confused. Templates. Character Beats project. This one. Okay. I need to make an Ableton rewire track. So I haven't basically got my sounds ported over to Logic yet from Ableton. So I'm in the process of doing that. So at the moment I'm still using Ableton to get a lot of sounds into the project. So let's see why this isn't working. Audio, rewire behavior. See, I need to apply. I may need to. Okay, so I might need to reopen Logic to get that to work. And so let's call this Oops. Okay, so let's reopen. So yeah, I kind of like this and these new features, but I also that new feature, the sequencer, but I'm sure it's something that they'll fix. But I find it just bizarre that you can't use the same features you can in Ultrabeat, where you're able to bring in sounds while the loop's playing, because I mean that's just, to me, it's just a bread and butter thing to want to do, is to be able to audition sounds within the loop, you know, so you can hear how they interact with each other. Okay. So hopefully this is going to work now. Let's go to the channel. There we go. I've got the wrong channel set in. I like that, and the clap is quite cool. Let's bounce that in. Extra clap. So I'm already reverting back to kind of my usual so annoying when it does that. Add to project. Why would I not want to add it to the project? Come on. Extra clap 2. So I've trashed my preference file because I was having a problem with Logic, and now I've lost all my preferences. So that's why it's being stupid like that. Okay, so let's just mute that for the time being. I thought I could extend that, maybe I can't. So I've got something wrong here. Kick's definitely not right. try something on the piano actually. I'll make this 2, maybe that's what I want to do. Yeah, so if I then delete this one. Try something here. Didn't really work that last bit. Try out some more little ideas. That's the one, done. with that kind of real shuffly beat to it. Maybe a little bit too shuffly, but okay, let's just have a look what else we've got. Bring this shaker in. Okay, let's bring that in. Let's just try delaying that a little bit. It's really hard to get the kick drum to sound right. Let's just have a look what else we've got here to bring in. They all feel like breakdown kind of elements. Whoops. let's try swapping out this clap, because it's kind of annoying me a little bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna call this a day in a minute, because I want to get onto some other stuff. So it's just meant to be like just a mess about in some of the new features of Logic, really, more than anything else. Drum hits, so I don't want to get too sidetracked. Let's try that. What's going on with this hat here? I think it's because I've got that chance thing on. Let's just go to the chance setting. So I've obviously chopped this a bit badly. Something's weird's going on. Am I looking at the wrong sound? Yes, I am. Good stuff. Hi-hat. Am I missing something here? Why is that clicking? Okay. So it's at the beginning. Let's choose a different hat sound. Strange. Let's try that. That's not exactly what I had in mind in terms of the claps. Is that of interest? No, I don't like that. So I just need to be able to hear this in the loop. It just drives me crazy. Such a shame, because all these Logic features I'm not going to use because I can't. I need to be able to hear this loop, these sounds within the loop. Otherwise, I won't use this feature. Okay, so I'm not really feeling that at all, to be honest. It's fine. I'm just going to bounce it out. In fact, let's just do a little very basic arrangement, and just copy and paste that. It's very hard to have an opinion about a very short piece of work, so you should try and create just a little basic arrangement just to have something to to look at and to listen to, which is a bit longer. Let's bounce that out. Let's not get hung up on it. And what's it called? Project game. And let's put it in here. Oops, rerun. Put it into good old Trello, which is already open. So again, always coming up with new ideas all the time. Pick the best ones rather than trying to beat average ideas into submission. That's always my ethos. Okay, so let's close that. I'm going to save that. I should have bounced those sounds in actually, because there was some. It was sounding better actually when I had those sounds playing. So bounce me in. Don't know what that is. And then okay, so let's go back to. Okay, so I'm missing all my recent projects, which is good. It's because I've updated Logic and trashed preferences. So let's see if I can find that base project. It's not there. It's going to be in Dropbox. This is something I've been doing with Chris, who I saw Chris was on earlier. I think it's probably bedtime for Chris now, I would have thought, over in Australia. Here. Wonderful. Okay, so sorry guys, just bear with me a sec. That's what happens when we work live. Warts and all. Warts and all. They modified. Wasn't guitar, it was bass. That was the answer. Give me something good. Yes, I think this must be the right project. So I'm going to carry on editing this, the bass for this track. Let me set myself, give myself 25 minutes to try and finish the editing. Now, hopefully I set myself a reminder of what I needed to do on this. Edit bass, continue, good takes on the final bass track. Final bass track is here. Okay, so I guess it's just a question of just going through these extra parts and seeing if anything needs to go in there. That's quite nice. I think this needs to have the first half of it repeating here because it's better than the other half. Not like that though. What's this? Might try it without that. No, there. let's repeat that. So we could maybe vary this. I prefer that one actually. Funky that bit. If I remember correctly, there was a part I found last week which was, I was trying to chop up and try as an intro. I don't know where it is now. I think it's this bit here. That's quite good for an intro. Not like that. I think it was this section here. don't think that was it. Weird. Did I save it? No. Yeah, that was it. So I want to try seeing what this is like leading into to here. I've got a feeling I did this last week, so apologies if I'm repeating myself, but trying to work out an arrangement's going to work. I think the problem was I didn't want to mess up the bass structure, but that's a great bass line that kind of someone stands alone, really. Okay, so that kind of works quite nicely actually, going into there, I think. It could be like a little middle 8 section as well, essentially. It doesn't have that much kind of resolution when it comes into there, but I wonder what the resolution is like when it goes the other way. Maybe from here. Okay, anyway, let's finish clear up this bass and keep on. They all sound good, all these parts, so it's a nice problem to have. I don't mind that little bit of. It could work as a kind of B section bass line almost. I could save it as an Apple loop and use it for something else. That's got a nice second half, so that could work. Maybe we could try something like this. Not bad, old groove. Let's just try this with this sample playing as well. Yeah, kind of works. That sounds like it needs to go. This is the kind of thing where it could have like another bass line underneath it. Yeah, could work with another bass line underneath it, but this is getting a little bit sidetracked. So let's carry on. So what's going on with this? So we need to work out if there's anything from here which is better. Nothing really jumps out there that's being needed. That's kind of got something nice going on. What's this like? Cool. Don't need that, I don't think. What's this? this part here. It's really nice. I think this feels like more like an outro. What's this first of all? So maybe that could be like a final outro bass before we finish. Yeah, that's quite nice. So what's it like if this comes in here? Maybe not. Maybe not. So this could be like a drum percussive bit. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Bum 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 bum. Come back in there. And we go fade out. Vocal comes in there. Okay, so what are these here? Okay, so I think what I've overlooked is that this section here, I was trying to say, matches this bass, I think. Okay, makes more sense. what's this? I don't think we need that. That's kind of nice, maybe. Okay, so just one last bit. So it feels like more like an outro kind of thing. So let's have a little listen through. So that's the beauty of setting a timer as well, because I had 25 minutes and I finished editing in 25 minutes, and I didn't kind of agonize over things. It was quite fast, and I think that's a good way of trying to work. Set yourself deadlines is always good. So let's have a listen to what we've got. In fact, what I might do is bounce this real time so I can kill two birds with one stone. Version 1. See, what I should have done before I started was to listen to what I had. Okay, I want to do this before I forget the idea. Want to put that in because it gave me a little idea. So let's go back to work. So we're just listening really for the bass to how it sounds rather than it being arranged or anything like that. maybe a little bit long. Let the world shine on me. Let the world shine on me. That is the answer. Yeah, I think that's going to work coming into that bass, that little section, maybe with some whoa, 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 wow, 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 some little dubby vibes going on as well. Maybe not like that, but I'm interested to see how long this is. Congratulations if you just sat through the whole track though. That was pretty long. There we go. So actually I just had an idea while I was playing that. And it's actually really important to listen. That sounds stupid. Come on, I don't want to normalize it. So all my preferences have gone messed up now, so everything's getting... I wondered why when I was bouncing things in, they were coming in really loud. I don't want to normalize. Oh man, come on. Okay, so let's just select everything, drag it along. I wonder, I just wanted to try this out because I think there's a note that Chris holds, which kind of is what key are we in? So I think it's a C minor. Okay, so yeah, so we're kind of holding the root note here, Yeah, I think I'm probably looping one chord, but maybe it's in G minor actually. Yeah, so I think it's actually in G minor, which is, yeah, so this is on C, so the kind of fifth of G minor. So then when it hits that G minor there, it's got quite a nice release to it, because I'm kind of hammering it over the head with the fifth, and then we're going to the. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to put in there to remind myself that that's quite a nice little tension piece. Okay, so I'll go rebounce that with that part in there to listen to. 3 offline this time. Go into Trello, and let's make sure I add this in. Bounce it here. So again, I'm just trying to push things forward all the time. So working on multiple projects, trying to get them all closer to being closer to the right. So I'm trying to get them through this process of getting finished. Don't get hung up on just one track. Keep things loose, and I get kind of hung up on individual ideas. Don't listen to things once they're in there, unless I'm having a listening session. So I don't sit there listen to things on loop all the time. Time is precious, you know. It's the most precious commodity, so you don't want to waste it going around in circles, changing things, going back to how it was originally, because you just lost your objectivity. Always trying to avoid that. So I'm trying to get this track, keeping everything moving to the right. So that's going to be it for today. I'll be back on tomorrow. I don't know what I've got scheduled in for tomorrow. Let me see what I'm going to look at. I'm hoping to do some vocal editing tomorrow. If Andre, the singer, can send me the vocals, that's what I have scheduled in, which would be cool. And some vocal cleaning up as well, which is kind of so many people don't do it, and it's just crazy because you're then compressing and processing all the junk in the vocal that you don't need. Bizarre. So I'm going to chase up Andre now and get him to send me through those vocals, and hopefully I can do that tomorrow on the stream, which would be cool. All right, guys, I hope that was cool and interesting, and I hope you enjoyed the Logic video. I wasn't really happy with what I came up with, but often it's like that. I mean, I obviously was messing with my workflow, but my workflow is kind of I know how to get a sound quickly, so you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it in a way. But there's definitely some potential for some cool happy accidents using that new sequencer. But I just need that new function, the old function, sorry. Or alternatively, what I could do is populate the sequencer with ultra beat instruments, and then I can audition the sounds within the loop, which is how I like to work.